Have you ever seen someone with almost nothing who still looks calm and quietly happy and wondered how that can be? Or watched someone with everything who seems restless no matter what they buy? That difference is the whole story. Peace lives inside the mind, not in the bank. Picture two neighbors and follow them for a week. Sami wakes at dawn in a small flat. He boils water, makes tea, and stands at the window for 5 minutes to watch the street wake up. He texts his sister a joke, fixes a small leak in the tap, and walks to work listening to the city sounds. When a meeting goes wrong, he breathes, makes a small plan, and finishes his day by reading a page of an old book. Sami doesn't have many things, but he goes to bed feeling steady. Zara lives across the hall. Her home is large and her wardrobe is full. She's on 3 apps at once, arranging dinners and calls. When one plan is canceled, she feels like the day is ruined. A new purchase cheers her for a few days. Then the worry about what's next returns. Zara sleeps thinking of the next upgrade. They don't differ because of what they own. They differ because Sami practices looking after his mind. Zara lets outside stuff run her feelings. The Stoics, thinkers from long ago, taught how to make the mind a place of steady shelter, whatever the weather outside. Some things are up to you, your thoughts, choices, values, effort. Many things are not up to you, other people's words, the weather, markets, accidents. Build happiness on what you control. That makes it steady. Treat possessions as preferred indifference. They can be nice, but they don't make you good or free. Virtue, good character, is the real happiness. Epictetus said, wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. Marcus Aurelius wrote, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Seneca reminded us, we suffer more often in imagination than in reality. Today, we chase likes, upgrades, and the next thing. That treadmill fuels short highs and long restlessness. The Stoic alternative works because it trains attention. Attention decides whether small things steal your mood or you keep it. When you feel upset, stop. Take 2 slow breaths. Name it. I feel angry because X. Saying it out loud or in your head gives space. Space lets you choose. Then ask, is this within my control? If no, remind yourself, I can't control that. I can control my response. Let it go. If yes, focus on one next action. Turn complaints into learning. Replace "this ruined my day" with "what can this teach me?" or "how can this help me grow?" Once a day, practice negative visualization. Briefly imagine losing something you value, your phone, job, or a comfort. Not to scare yourself, but to value what you have and reduce fear of loss. Afterwards, list 3 things you appreciate now. Try voluntary discomfort. Skip a small comfort, like a morning coffee or your phone for an hour. It trains resilience and shows you can be okay. Each morning, pick 3 values such as patience, honesty, or effort Choose one tiny action for the day that shows one value. Listen fully to someone. Tell the truth in an awkward moment. Take one hard step. Each night, write three short answers. What you controlled well today, what you could handle better tomorrow, and three small things you're grateful for. This nightly journal builds steady habits. When someone insults you, pause and say inside, I choose not to take this in. Respond calmly or walk away. You might simply say, thanks for telling me how you feel. I'll think about it. Then decide whether their words deserve action. Once or twice a week, read a short passage from a Stoic thinker and write one sentence. How does this change how I'll act today? Apply one small point. You can grow these habits across a month. In the first week, practice the two breath pause and control question, and each night list three things you're grateful for. In the second week, add reframing and one voluntary discomfort each day while keeping the journal. In the third week, define three values and each morning choose one micro action. Read a short Stoic passage twice in the week. In the fourth week, use the practices in real social challenges. Respond calmly in a difficult moment. Use negative visualization once and review the month at the end. List changes, setbacks, and next goals. Progress shows itself when you react less to small annoyances. Sleep better after hard days. Notice small joys more often and act from values rather than impulse. Common mistakes include thinking Stoicism means feeling no emotion. It teaches feeling without being ruled by feelings. Another is using Stoicism to avoid action. In truth, Stoic courage says act for good. Don't use calm as an excuse. And don't get lost in theory. The power is in practice. Remember a few quick scripts. For a two breath pause, two slow breaths. Name it. I'm annoyed by X. Is this in my control? No, I'll move my attention to what I can do. For a 3-minute negative visualization, imagine losing X. Notice the fear. Ask, what would matter most then? Name three things you'd still have. Feel grateful for them. For a morning intention, today I choose patience. My micro action, I will pause and listen fully in one conversation. This path won't make you happy every minute. It makes happiness steadier and less dependent on things outside you. You will still feel sadness, but you will recover faster. Some people feel small changes in a week. Deeper shifts appear in months. Keep the habits simple and daily. If you want to explore more, read Marcus Aurelius's Meditations, Seneca's Letters from a Stoic, or Epictetus's Enchiridion. Modern guides like A Guide to the Good Life by William B. Irvine or The Daily Stoic by Ryan Holiday offer an easy doorway. Start with one practice today, two slow breaths, and three things you're grateful for tonight. That single habit begins to train your mind. Epictetus's truth stays simple and powerful. Happiness grows when you need less. When you learn to want less and appreciate more, you step off the endless treadmill of desire and into a peace that nothing and no one can take away. On a rainy Tuesday, Two people leave the office together. Maya sighs, stomps through puddles, and complains about the day. Omar pauses, breathes, smiles at a child splashing, and hums a tune. The same rain falls on both of them, yet their moods are completely different. This is the quiet lesson the Stoics understood long ago. Life hands everyone the same mix of gifts and troubles, but we don't all feel them the same way. Some let the world decide how they feel. Others carry their own weather. Life will always throw surprises, small joys, big losses, sudden delays. We cannot control the sky, the traffic, or another person's choices, but we can control the story we tell ourselves about what happens. That is where our freedom lives. Two people can stand in the same storm and see something completely different. The difference is the meaning they give to it. Think of Emma and Daniel. Emma spent many evenings replaying Daniel's forgetful habits and waiting for him to change so she could finally be happy. One night, Daniel said quietly, "I can't be someone else. If you want peace, try changing what only you can change." It felt unfair to Emma, but she decided to experiment. Instead of rehearsing complaints, she paused when she was angry, made one calm request at a time, and thanked Daniel for small kindnesses. Over the next months, the air in the house softened. Daniel was still imperfect, but Emma felt lighter. Her peace no longer depended on him. This is the heart of the practice. You cannot control everything outside you, but you can always choose how you respond. Acceptance here is not giving up. It is seeing reality clearly and asking, what can I do wisely now? It might mean setting a boundary, speaking gently, or changing your plan. When you stop trying to control the outside world, you conserve energy. Choosing your response gives you real power, and with practice, calm becomes a habit. You can train this every day. When you feel a strong reaction, pause for one breath and name what you feel: anger, sadness, annoyance. Ask yourself, is this in my control? If yes, act. If not, shift your focus. Reframe the moment. Instead of, "This ruins my day," try, "This is a challenge I can learn from." Notice one small good thing: a warm mug, a friendly message, and say it aloud. Do one tiny action you can control. Drink a glass of water. Take a short walk. Send a kind text. There are words you can keep ready. This is hard, and I can handle it. I can't change this, but I can choose my response. What meaning do I want to give this when you speak with others? Replace blame with clarity. Instead of, "You always forget," try, "I noticed this happen, and it worries me. Can we find a way to fix it together?" If you need space, say, "I'm upset and need 30 minutes to cool down. Let's talk after." To set a boundary: I won't accept being spoken to that way. I'll return to the conversation when we can talk respectfully. A simple month of practice can build the habit. In the first week, just notice and name feelings 3 times a day. In the second week, add a reframe. For every negative thought, write one useful or neutral meaning and take one tiny positive action. In the third week, Try one calm script with someone, a clear request, a boundary, or a gratitude. In the fourth week, create a 5-minute daily ritual, one breath, and name the feeling, one reframe, one gratitude, and one small aim for the day. After 30 days, keep the two moves that help you most and repeat them. Small exercises make this real. Spend a few minutes each morning imagining one likely obstacle and rehearsing a calm response. If traffic comes, I'll breathe and play a podcast. In the evening, write what went well, where you lost your peace, and one small goal for tomorrow. When upset, try a 2-minute breathing pattern. Inhale for 4, hold for 2, exhale for 6. When things feel unfair, when you think, why must I change while others don't? Remember, you changed to protect your own peace, not to excuse their behavior. If one attempt feels like failure, see it as data, not a verdict. If reframing feels fake, start with something neutral. This is uncomfortable, but I can breathe. When grief or loss is heavy, accept the pain. These practices do not erase it, but they help you stay grounded and patient with yourself. You can quietly inspire others. Practice your calm habits in front of them. Share what you're trying only if they're curious. Offer to do a 2-minute breathing break together or a weekly check-in. Over time, you will notice fewer moments when anger hijacks you, quicker recovery when it does, more small joys each day, and clearer, kinder conversations. Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, and Seneca all left writings, meditations, discourses, letters from a Stoic, reminding us that freedom begins inside. Their words are old, but the lesson is fresh. Don't wait for the world to be kind. Create a quiet, steady light of your own. The rain may keep falling, but you can carry your own weather. Do we spend our lives waiting for the world to change for us? Or do we learn to change the way we see it, and in doing so change our lives? The Stoics taught that peace does not come from perfect conditions. It is a skill you build inside yourself, a habit of focusing on what you can control, your attention, your meaning, your response, rather than being ruled by everything you cannot control. Two men shared a small hospital room. Both were ill, thin, and tired. One bed was beside the only window. The other faced a plain brick wall. Their machines beeped the same way, and their meals came at the same time. But every afternoon something different happened. The man by the window, quiet and patient, began to tell the other men what he saw outside. He described sunlight like warm honey on the pavement, a boy chasing a red kite, an old couple holding hands, cherry trees like pink clouds. His words painted color into the room. For a little while each day, both men seemed to breathe easier. At first, the man by the wall soaked up the stories and felt comforted. Slowly, his feelings shifted. He began to hunger for what he was told and to grudge his friend for having it. His mind tightened around the idea of what he lacked. Gratitude thinned. Envy grew. The small comfort the stories brought turned into a sharp reminder of what he thought he didn't have. His thoughts became another kind of sickness. When the window man died, the nurses moved the other patient's bed so he could look out and finally see the view he had imagined. He sat up with hope, only to freeze. There was no park, no children, only a blank brick wall. The beautiful scenes had never been outside at all. They had lived inside his friend's mind, in his habit of noticing, in his imagination, in his choice to share beauty when there was little to be had. The stories had been a gift, not a factual report. This simple story carries a quiet but powerful truth. Our mind's posture, our attitude and perspective colors what life actually becomes for us. Two people can live the same situation and have very different inner lives. What you attend to grows. Focus on lack, and lack expands. Focus on small kindnesses, and they feel larger. This isn't magic, it's psychology and practice. Modern research calls it cognitive reframing. The Stoics called it wisdom. Life itself is neutral. It is what we do with it, the meanings we give, and the attention we practice that creates suffering or strength. Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Marcus Aurelius wrote that you have power over your mind, and within that power lies freedom. This way of living is not about pretending everything is fine. It begins with noticing what is real, even pain, and then choosing how to meet it. When something upsets you, stop for 3 slow breaths. That short pause gives space to choose a calmer response. When your mind says, "This is awful," try, "This is hard. What can I learn?" You are not lying to yourself. You are giving your mind a tool to find meaning. Close your eyes and picture a small scene: sunlight on a bench, a neighbor's laugh, steam rising from a teapot. Describe it to yourself in simple, sensory words. Do this daily to train attention toward life's small goods. Each night, name 3 tiny things that happened that day: a warm cup, a kind text, a steady breath. Writing them down or saying them aloud makes them stick. When you feel stuck, ask, "What can this teach me? How might I be kinder or stronger because of it?" These questions turn pain into practice. When a thought screams, "I can't," add, "That's a thought, not the whole truth." This little distance gives you choice. Help someone for 10 minutes, a message, a small favor. Service shifts attention outward and builds inner richness. Write one line about how you felt and one line about what you can learn. Over time, you will see patterns and grow wiser. Stoics even practiced imagining loss to appreciate what they had. Once a week, imagine losing one small thing you take for granted. Then savor it. It deepens gratitude. Attach one new practice to an existing habit. While you brush your teeth, take one long in breath and think one kind thought. Tiny changes add up. Avoid common traps. Don't use toxic positivity, saying, "Be positive," and ignoring pain. Acknowledge pain first, then respond with wisdom. Don't let rumination loop on injustice. Interrupt it with a question that moves you forward. What's one small action I can take? And do not isolate. Some struggles need a conversation with a friend or a professional. When you shift your attention, you change how you show up. The man by the window didn't only change his own inner life, he changed his friend's days by sharing beauty. Small choices ripple outward. A calmer person is easier to be with, and that improves the lives of others too. Choosing your attitude will not erase every pain, but it gives you tools to meet pain without being crushed. The real freedom is inside your attention, your response, your meaning. Before you sleep tonight, name 3 tiny things that went right today. It will take 1 minute. Do it for a week and watch how the small light inside you grows steadier. The world will always be messy and surprising, but you can learn to carry your own sunshine. That steady inner light is how quiet strength is made.